going on, Buffalo State Hockey? My name is Evan Harrington. I am here with Buffalo State men's head hockey coach Steve Murphy for episode 13 of Mondays with Murph. Sorry last week we did not, get an episode out to you guys with the weather and everything. It was just hard to make that happen. Hopefully everyone stayed safe during the rough times Buffalo faced. But we are back here after the semester break. What's going on?
It's happening now. Let's get it started.
All right. First of all, how was your holidays going?
It was good. I did a little traveling. Was out near Las Vegas, visited my parents for a little bit, and there's a showcase out there that I checked out for a day or so. So I was traveling out there, see them, and then got back and just kind of enjoyed the time with the family. So yeah, it was short, but good break. Excited to get back into hockey now.
All right, outstanding. The guys are officially back from the semester break, and with two big home games coming up, how do you have this first, week of practice set up to kind of get the guys back into the swing of things, after the little break they had?
Yeah, I mean, it's really two kind of different seasons. We'll start back up with just kind of getting the guys back into the flow of things, a lot of touches, some conditioning, just reconnecting kind of their hands, feet, and minds again, and then we'll turn the page quick and start to prepare, get our game back together as far as what we want to do, and start getting ready for our upcoming opponents, and hoping laying a good foundation here in the next couple of games to try and get us some momentum moving back into conference and going deep into playoffs, hopefully.
That's an outstanding approach. So again, the next two home games, like I mentioned, are actually back-to-back, both against Alvernia University. Just talk about what Alvernia brings to the table up against your guys.
Well, they're a new team. I think they've got a good mixture of just transfers and new younger guys, freshmen incoming and stuff like that. Very well coached. So it'll be a good test for us. Just a couple days of practice and getting right back into the swing of games. Again, I think the last time that we saw the same opponent on back-to-back nights was Lawrence at the beginning of the year. So I would think Saturday's obviously going to be a little bit tighter than Friday's game. But they'll pose some challenges for us. It's not they're obviously a new NCAA team, but with them having a good core group of transfers and stuff like that, they do have some experience, and it should be two good hockey games.
All right, again, both games are at home, and Alvernia on the season is 2-4 on the road, losing their last two road games. Since both of these games are at home, what are you going to do as a team to make kind of Alvernia a little uncomfortable on the road and the setting that they're playing in?
Yeah, I think we just have to play our game. I mean, we're obviously in the middle of working the pre-scout out with them and learning about what they like to do and some of their tendencies and stuff like that. But I think if we just kind of stick to our game plan and play the way that we did in the first semester, really, again, get some momentum going here in this second half of the season to carry us through. It's got to start, obviously, on Friday night. But I just think if we play with speed and we possess the puck like we're capable of doing, then I think the result can take care of itself.
All right, so one of the players I want to talk about for Alvernia University is their defenseman, Logan Vandy Muracker. On the season, he's got 11 points, 5 goals, 6 assists. For a defenseman to have that high of an offensive upside to his game as a coach, how do you kind of game plan for that for a defenseman with that much high offensive upside?
I don't know, not a whole lot. I mean, we've got a defenseman that maybe doesn't have as many goals but has just as many points as him. So there's probably not a whole lot that we're going to do just to focus strictly on that guy. He's obviously a good defenseman. I think he was with the previous coaching staff at their previous school. So we're just going to play our game. We're going to try and wear them down over the course of 60 minutes. Stay patient with our game plan. We know that eventually they're going to make some mistakes, and we just need to capitalize. So,
all right. So obviously these are the first two games of this next semester. What are kind of the three keys to the game you're looking to see in at least the first game or both games, or just some things in general you want to see out of your team in the first set of games?
Well, it'll be our first game back in about 3 or 4 weeks. Really until we get our legs back and until we kind of get back in that game flow. I think for the first period we just got to simplify things and keep things simple, advancing pucks, making sure we're taking care of the Blues. Pucks out, pucks in, that whole old saying. And then when we get our chances, again, we need to execute. I'd like to see us, simple in the offensive zone, taking care of pucks, controlling the play below the hash marks, and kind of winning that 3-on-3 game down low, and then that should eventually open up our low to high. But it'll take some time for us, I think, to get back just in the flow of how we were playing in the first semester. So we just got to keep it simple, and then I think as gradually as the weekend goes on, things will start to come back, and we should be fine.
All right, there you go. So one of the games is an outdoor game at Riverworks. Can you just kind of talk about that outdoor game?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. It's a different experience. Really, it's for these guys. I don't know if anybody, one of these players, have ever played an outside game. Obviously, we haven't as a program, so something new for us, and we just wanted to provide a different opportunity or a different, just kind of a different element for these guys. And so really, it's going to be, kind of let them loose and let them go have some fun and enjoy that outside game. And hopefully, it's not too cold for us on the bench, but. I just want them to have some fun with it. Obviously, we're there to win a hockey game as well, but it's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So, I want them to really kind of just enjoy that experience. And at the end of the day, we need to win a hockey game still.
Yeah. So, I mean, can you kind of expand upon that point you made? It's kind of an experience for them. Like, I mean, myself, growing up, it's always kind of a dream to play an outdoor game. You see a lot of NHL players; they want to play in Winter Classics. Just that once in a lifetime experience, just kind of expand upon that for the guys a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, like it's not something you do every day, right? Like you grow up as a kid and you're skating. I think most kids grow up and then they skate outside, either it's on outdoor rinks or maybe their parents made rinks in the backyard for them. I know I most certainly did. And that's kind of where, you learn to play hockey, I guess, on some of those rinks, just playing shinny out there with some of your buddies and stuff like that. So again, it's a unique thing. There's not a lot of opportunities that come about this, whether it's in pro hockey or college hockey. So when we were able to set it up, obviously we were supposed to do it last year, and we weren't able to play last season just because of the COVID stuff. So I think everyone's that came back this year is really looking forward to playing that outdoor game. And it's just going to be a fun experience with the guys. I think there's going to be a ton of energy, a ton of enthusiasm. Again, at the end of the day, we've got to control our emotions and realize that it is just a game. But I do want them to have fun with it and have a good experience.
All right, that has been another episode of Mondays with Murph, episode 13 with Buffalo State men's head hockey coach Steve Murphy. I just want to say thank you guys for always listening to Mondays with Murph with myself and head coach Steve Murphy. We want you guys to also come out to not only the outdoor game, the 7th at 4 o'clock, but also the game before that here at Buffalo State Ice Arena, 7 o'clock against Alberta University. Come out for both games. Show your support loud and proud for the team. And again, thank you for tuning in for another episode, and we will see you guys next Monday for another episode of Mondays with Murph.